Alrighty, Sarah. It has been a nice chatting with you so far, getting to know you a little bit. Now, I would love to discuss with you further as far as your professional experience, right? You have experience looking here in your resume. You have experience as a housing specialist, a leasing coordinator, compliance coordinator, intake specialist, and then housing specialist, as well as a case manager. I would love for you to tell me a little bit more about your professional experience.
So, as I said before, I have over 10 years of experience in the human services field, whether it be through case management, through housing specialist work. I've served the underprivileged communities, and I've served pretty much people with traumatic brain injuries, autism. I've kind of done all of the work in human services. However, at this time, I would like to kind of pivot my career to still serve those communities, but in a different capacity. But with my experience, I have extensive administrative experience. I have a lot of customer service experience. I've done it all.
Absolutely. You do have extensive experience as in the administrative field as well as customer service. Now, I want to know, Sarah, what does customer service mean to you?
So I think just authenticity is what people value most, and especially at this time, I think that's what people are looking for. So whether it be just a quick hello, or if you're actually walking somebody through a process, I think it's important to just remain authentic and just be kind and generous. And I think that's what people need.
I agree completely. And making the experience personable to each person, that's the biggest thing, right? I want to go back to you mentioned you have administrative skill experience as well. In the administrative field, there's so many things that one is doing, their day to day. How did you keep yourself organized?
So with my most recent position as a housing specialist at Tampa Housing Authority, we actually had a built-in organizational system in their website. So the technology that they used pretty much made it a lot easier for me to just keep track of everything, just constantly making note of what is needed. And I have my own workflow with Excel as well. I created my own spreadsheets, color coded and everything. Yeah.
Wonderful. Yeah, Excel spreadsheets are my best friend as well. Without that, I don't know where I would be. So what kind of systems have you utilized, Sarah? I know that you mentioned you've utilized Excel, but what other systems have you utilized? Emailing systems. Would you mind letting me know that?
Yeah, so we typically use Outlook, and I've used Teams. I've used Excel, Microsoft Office, anything with Microsoft Office. And that is pretty much, so I've learned how to make tables on Excel, few things.
Okay, perfect. Now, have you ever had to deal with, answering phone calls at any of your previous companies?
Yeah, all day.
Okay, so was it like a higher call volume? Was it inbound, outbound?
Yeah, I've done a higher call volume in a previous job. And in my last job, it was in person, appointments with people in person as well as phone calls.
Okay, perfect. And did you have to communicate via email at all?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. And now you feel comfortable with sending out those emails to clientele, customers, whomever the case may be?
Of course, for sure.
Okay, wonderful. And again, especially in the roles that you have worked on or worked in, you've had many priorities. Your manager might say, hey, I need this done, but you might have an urgent call. How do you prioritize your tasks?
So fortunately enough for me, in the previous position I had, they were not very micromanaging. And so they kind of just gave me all of the responsibility and just figure it out, which was good and bad. So I had many responsibilities, and I had to figure out where to put my time, how to prioritize. When everything is a priority and everything is on fire, you got to put fires out all day long. And yeah, so using Excel, using the tools I was given, I kind of was able to find my workflow.
Absolutely. That was very well said. And tell me, Sarah, what are you looking to get out of your next role?
I'm looking for something that's going to push my career in a new direction, and something that is going to push me ultimately, where I can gain new skills and, hopefully contribute to their environment as well.
Absolutely. And what skill sets do you have that that you may see you as a competitor, excuse me, compared to the other candidates? What sets you apart with your skill sets?
To be honest, it's a lot of people, some people can get things done very quickly, and
Mhm.
I can also do that. But I think the thing about me that my previous managers would probably say makes them appreciate me is just that I'm very honest. I own up to my mistakes, and I try to work on them. I just work very hard. I'm a very hard worker. So.
Wonderful. That sounds amazing to hear, Sarah. Now, when are you able to interview? In case one of my clients wants to interview you, how soon are you able to interview?
Give me 1 second. I'm gonna just take a look at my
Sure.
calendar. And I'm able to interview by the end of this week, probably like Thursday, Friday.
Sure. Okay. And what's your availability? Are you open and able at any time to interview?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So starting Thursday.
Very nice. And when are you able to start a new role?
As soon as possible.
All right. Well, that's perfect, Sarah. It has been a pleasure speaking to you. Let me go ahead and stop the recording, and you and I will continue to chat off the grid here.
Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.